Well, we're back in the kitchen.
Yeah.
We haven't been in the kitchen for a while, and this time we're going to bring you a winter warmer, Sharon. We have done it before, but we thought we'd do it now because this is the time when you really want comfort food.
And it's very, very frosty out there.
Very frosty. So we've been out today and we bought, how much mince?
That was one of my trays. You know when I get their £5 trays and I just divide it up.
Right, so we've got about, I don't know, what's that, 500 grams there?
Maybe a bit more actually.
Say 500 grams there. So
Yeah.
we've got 500 grams of mince there. She's already chopped up a...
2 large carrots and 2 small onions. Here we go.
And every time the phone goes, we'll see you in a minute. That was Sharon's brother, who's out in Fuerteventura at the moment.
Eating a strawberry mousse.
And he's got a very good habit of every time we press play on the camera, he phones up.
Him and Jimmy got it off to a pat.
Yes. Anyway, talking about Fuerteventura, slightly off subject, folks. I've decided to treat Sharon for another holiday. We're going there on February the 8th.
7th.
It's February the 7th.
7th to the 14th if you want to look out
There you go,
for us.
yeah, and we're hopefully going to bump into a few people out there. We'll bring that to you on the
Like
day.
Nina and Rick.
Yeah, and also
Lee and Sharon.
from our life in Fuerteventura. So anyway, we'll leave that for now.
And must be Shona and John. Mustn't forget Shona and
Shona
John.
and John, maybe, yes, we're not too sure yet. See how busy we're going to be. Anyway, she's also peeled and halved. How many potatoes you got
There's
here?
about 5 potatoes there, and underneath the potatoes is a leek, which has been washed.
Oh,
and
I thought
chopped.
I could smell a bit of
Because I
leaky.
thought tonight we'll have cheesy mash with leeks in and cheese grated on the top.
Now you're going to be cooking this into this bowl here, Sharon.
Yes.
What size is this? I can't remember.
So you'll down the bottom.
Wait there, wait there.
Yeah.
Here's one I prepared earlier. Right, so this is actually 9.5 inches by just under 8 inches. So, depending what air fryer you've got, obviously, depending what bowls you've got, because we're going to be cooking this in the air fryer, aren't we?
In my little favourite one, which is the air fryer oven.
Which we'll show you in a minute anyway. We got the large cosy. We could have done it in there.
You know what? They're all my favourite.
I'm not too sure whether it'll go in here, Sharon. Let's have a look. This is the bottom drawer of the turbo tower. Let's have a look. No, see, that wouldn't go in there. So, size does matter.
Oh, it definitely does, ladies.
So we'll put that one back. We're not cooking in that one today. And most people, Sharon, to be honest with you, have got more than one air fryer now.
Yes.
If you've got found it, but obviously, if not, you may decide to have a larger one. Anyway, cut a long story short. Right, there's your bowl. What are we going to do first then?
Right, first of all, we're going to go and brown off the mince.
Right, we're going to do that in the frying pan, folks. You can do it in the air fryer. We're just doing it in there just to show you many different cooking combinations.
We'll get that started, and when that's started, we'll then put our potatoes and leek into the pressure pot.
We'll show them that in a minute.
Yes.
Okay, so in goes the mince. There's no oil in there. No need for having any oil in this at all.
Oh, no.
Now, you can get different mince grades with fat in. You can get 5%, I think 15% fat and 20% fat. We don't know what this is, Sharon. It come directly from the butchers, didn't we?
Butchers.
But the fat is what we want in there.
And you can see it's been in the freezer.
It's still partially frozen there, as you can see. So Sharon's just going to melt this down a bit, get this browned off a bit.
So we'll leave that there.
And then we'll leave that with the lid on, just on a low.
Yep.
And let that do its thing. And then you're going to take us over to the pressure pot. Now this one is our cosy pressure pot.
Get some water.
And we're going to put probably about 250 millilitres in the bottom there, Sharon, is that right?
I usually go about 3.
Say 300 millilitres then. Okay, so we're just going to whack that in because you can't really use a pressure pot without any liquid in.
Oh, no, don't.
So in goes the water.
You need that for your steam.
And we're literally just going to put all them potatoes, and as you can see now, there's that leek there she was talking about.
Just gives it a bit more flavour to the potatoes, something different.
Yeah, so that's going to go on. Now, this is so simple using these pressure cookers now. A lot of people are frightened of these, but with this one...
I was one person that was petrified of them.
Right, line the dots up. Now we're going to press on pressure cook.
Please. We'll have 9 minutes, that'll do.
9 minutes. All them potatoes, Sharon, will cook in 9 minutes. We normally go for 7 minutes, don't we?
Yeah, but
just to let people know, you can be a little bit flexible. So we've got 9 minutes there on pressure cook. It's on high pressure. We're going to take the keep warm function off and literally just press start.
Yes.
That's all you have to do. We'll leave that now, and then you're going to brown your mince off.
So I'll get you back in a minute when my mince is a lot browner, and we're going to add some more bits to it, like our onions and carrots and a bit of gravy granules.
Back in the kitchen, and she's been cooking that for about 10 minutes now. Now you can probably see the amount of fat that's come out of that. Don't worry about that, folks, that is flavour.
I'm just going to sprinkle in an oxo cube.
Now, again, I suppose you can use gravy granules, can't
Use
you?
what you want. You can use gravy granules later if you want to thicken the
if you
gravy.
want to thicken it up a little bit. So there we go, just giving it a little stir in. While it's on, it's only on low, just been ticking over low.
And then we're going to add now to get our onions and carrots cooked.
So just throw them in. This just gives them a head start, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
So we're just going to put them in, and the thing to do, if you've got a frying pan with a lid, put that on, because the steam that creates inside actually helps the hard vegetables cook quicker.
Of course, we've got to add our favourite.
Yeah, this is
always use me Maggie.
Maggie seasoning, folks. Very flavourful, savoury addition, that. And that's it. So just leaving that as it is now.
Bit of salt and pepper.
Always season as you go along, Shell.
Yeah. Oh, yes, baby. So I'm going to just stir that, and I'm just going to stick the lid on and leave it now.
Right, and that's on about 1200 on an induction
I
hob.
will keep an eye on it.
Yeah,
if
you don't want it to stick, obviously.
No.
Depends if you've got a decent frying pan. This is a very good frying pan, isn't
I've got some water ready to add if I need to, so.
You normally find a thin bottom frying pan are normally the ones that burn your food, you know, the cheaper ones. So if you've got quite a thick bottom on your frying pan...
I've got a thick bottom.
Oh my God, Sharon, what are you on about?
Keeps me warm in the winter.
Of course it does. Anyway, she's thrown me again. So yeah, a thick bottom, basically what Sharon's saying, is a good thing.
Yes!
I like a thick bottom.
Yes, you do.
Put that lid on, baby.
I've done it.
There we go. Steam away, baby. Right, so he's here again, look. Every time the camera's here. Look, you want to look in it? Go on. Have a good look in it. Why don't you tell them that we're cooking we're cooking cottage pie.
Cottage pie.
And I don't know whether you've actually said it was shepherd's pie earlier on, Sharon.
Yeah,
We always call it that.
Pie, yeah.
Before people put in the comment section, we do know it's cottage pie. So that's exactly what we're cooking.
And if you look, 6 minutes on the pressure pot now.
Hold on, let's get him down, Sharon. He's doing my Sweden.
Oh, Dougal's come out now.
So we've started counting down now, as you can see. It goes through a preheating stage and builds up pressure.
Yeah.
And then obviously we're through the cooking cycle now. And when it gets to the end, that last one, that's down to 5 minutes now. What happens then is, does it make a bleeping noise?
It bleeps and it tells you to vent. So I vent.
Yeah. So
I vent.
what we do then, once it gets there, we flick that switch over. That little silver thing, the steam will come out of there, obviously. That little silver thing, we've got to wait till that drops in, and then that's how you know that the
then we've got to get mashing.
the thing is not under any pressure anymore.
So I've just grated some cheese as well to sprinkle on the top, or you could add it in the potatoes as well, but I thought we got the leeks, so we'll just sprinkle some cheese on the top.
Yeah. Look at these two. Look, they're here again. Look. What do you want? What do you want, Dougal?
Tell him. Tell Daddy what you want.
What do you want, Merlin? Dougal? What do you want? No, they want to chew, Sharon, don't they?
Yeah.
Go on and give them one.
Sit down. Dougal, sit. Dougal, sit.
That's it. You tell him, Sharon.
Hey, good boy.
There you go.
Enjoy.
Just let them know, little baby Ernie now
he's
has
got
got the chicken pox as well. Frank's had them.
Yeah.
He's still got them, but they're going now. He's at the scratchy stage,
Yeah.
isn't he? Right, we come back to you when the potatoes are ready.
I'll call you out.
Okay, we have to film this bit again, folks. Now Sharon's added some gravy granules to that, a little drop of water, and just thicken that gravy up there, as you can see there.
Yeah.
Now coming over here, unfortunately, I can't show you that because we filmed it. Well, I thought I was filming it. I didn't press the button. We've taken them out. Them potatoes were as soft as anything, Sharon, weren't they?
And that's what went in it.
Yeah, we just put
Bit
some
of butter and
knob
some
of butter
cream.
and some cream, and Sharon's just mashed it down.
You missed me having a good mash.
Yeah. Oh well, never mind. I didn't press the button.
You must show them what you're having for dinner again.
I won't be having this, yeah. So I've got for tea tonight, folks. Not that you'll be interested. 3 tins of sardine in brine. I'll have that with some apple cider vinegar
Let's just see these carrots.
and salt and pepper. Hey, baby.
Yeah. Fine, enjoy. We've got this.
Of course you haven't. I wish I was having that, but there you go.
And you know, if you like, people like Worcestershire sauce added to this.
Add
this
that
is
in
not-
there
yeah.
as well.
When Martin did used to have it, and Jimmy does it, they add it on when I dish it up.
Yeah.
But I think actually that can actually now go in the pot and be put in.
Get it in there, baby. Now, as I say, you could do all this, what we've just done there, in an air fryer.
Yes.
But we're just doing this as we got different
This
gadgets
is the way
around.
I've always done it. You know, it's hard to do things. I like doing it like this.
Yeah, there you go. In it goes. This size bowl is ideal for a family, isn't it,
Yeah.
really? Just spread that out. And as you can see, that looks unctuous. I love that word, Sharon.
What?
Looks.
I knew you were going to say something stupid.
So this is what Sharon's going to be cooking it in. We're going to be using, on this time, the cosy mini oven. We can put it in there if we wanted to. That's the cosy dual zone, I think that's called, if I remember rightly. I can't remember all these names, Sharon. And all you're going to do with this mash is literally just transfer it onto the top. Now you didn't put cheese in your mash, did you?
No, I'm sprinkling it on top.
Although you have grated up some cheese there.
That's going on the top. So you can add it in beforehand.
And all she's going to do literally is just plonk it on in big lumps, because you can smooth it all out when it's on there.
Well, this is such a good dinner.
It's a hearty dinner. It's a filling dinner. Now you can have it on its own, Sharon, or you can have it with veg as well, can't you? I know we've got carrots in there, but you can have your green veg, your broccoli, your cauliflower and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Even sprouts.
Yes.
It's entirely up to you.
Depends on your size portion that you have of this, really, doesn't it?
Yeah.
If I did have a bigger portion of this, I would have done veg.
Yeah. But you're not.
This is ample for us.
And it's funny how you sort of know the amount of potatoes, because that's perfectly, look, that's probably perfect, that amount of potatoes for there. And it's just something you do off of instinct once you've done it for a while, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know your size bowl. Right, now, this is where you can either leave it a little bit rough, you can smooth it off, you can put a fork down. What are you going to do?
I'm going to leave it smooth, because I'll tell you why. I'm going to press the cheese into it, because we don't want that flying about.
So all you're using here is grated cheese. Air fryers nowadays, some of them have speed control.
Yeah.
Where you can change the speeds on them as well, so the fan doesn't blow down so hard. So it's entirely up to you what you want to do. Hello Frank, how are you? You okay? What are you eating? Raisins, okay, that's lovely. Just getting over chicken pox, aren't you? You want cards on my phone? When I come in, just finish this with Nanny and I'll come in, okay? Right, so there we go. You just whacked it on the top now. And don't forget, folks, basically everything's cooked, so putting it in the air fryer, it's just finishing it off, basically, isn't it? So we'll get the...
I'm just going to put it on low in there and bake. I think we'll have it on bake today.
Go on in, let's get it in for you. Do you want to hold that and I'll put it in for you?
Yeah.
So, quite hot, quite heavy. Whack it in that way, I think.
Oh, it looks good, look at it. Oh, I love
There you
this
go,
dinner.
that fits in there. An absolute treat in that. Don't forget, it's a 9.5 inch length bowl there, or dish rather. So in we go for that. Turn it on. Now, what did you say you want it on?
We'll have it on bake.
We'll put it on the bake setting. We're not bothered about roasting or whatever.
No.
The bake setting.
We'll have it on that, and we'll have...
175.
We'll have 30 minutes.
30?
Yeah. I want it to go nice and crispy on top.
Right, okay. Well, don't forget you've dropped the temperature down, haven't you? So, yeah. You press pre. Pre would preheat it. We're not interested in that. Press that again, and that brings it on. And don't forget, you've got the addition of this one, of having a glass door in where you can see the actual cooking. So you can actually keep a visual eye on it, as opposed to just doing a quick open and shut on your normal air fryer, if you've got a normal air fryer.
Chef's perks.
Right, okay then. Let's leave it there for now. We'll come back when that's done.
Yes.
Happy days. It's done. We've had a look through the glass door, folks. Let's take the door down. Look at that. Now, do you want me to get that out for you?
I'll come round, it's all right.
Oh, okay. I just want your delicate little hands. I don't want to get burnt, you see. Look at that. Look, that cheese is melted lovely. And having that lower temperature, taking it down to 175 there, means that the top hasn't burnt at all. Look at that. How good is that?
Smells good.
I've had a bit of spillage there, but that's not a problem at all. Don't worry about that.
That's a good sign. I like to see that.
Right. Okay then, baby.
We do Frank's a little bit first.
Get little Frank out. Go on. Oh, look at that. Look. Very hot, very hearty, and very filling as well. Look at that. Look. Look at that. Now, we know that you can put tin tomatoes in there as well, Sharon. We normally put beans in. The last one we done, we put beans in.
I love beans in.
We do love it with beans in, but we're just showing you that you can have just a bare cottage pie.
Well, Frank's gone for beans at the moment. So.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Anyway, let's dish an adult portion out then. Oh, look at that. Really hearty and warmy dish, folks. Got a lovely portion there. Look at that, look.
Oh, we like a good portion.
Yeah. Now, as I say, that 9 inch bowl, it will do 4 or 5 hearty portions, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Now don't forget, if you've got your veg with that as well, Shat, if you wanted it, you've got
That's
a real
it.
hearty meal there. Look at that, look. So simple to do, a decent cottage pie. And you know them little processed ones you get?
I know.
It hasn't got a patch on it, has it?
Yeah, no, they're not even cheap no more, are they?
No.
Them sort of things, so.
Wow.
And there's some extras.
What's that?
Overs.
That, Chef
overs.
Bert. So you've got Sharon,
Jimmy.
you've got Jimmy, Charlotte, and baby Frank. And obviously, if I was having a portion, I'd probably eat all that lot, Shao.
Yeah, so Jimmy'll have it for lunch tomorrow.
Yeah,
most
Jimmy will
probably.
take that to work to lunch tomorrow, and happy days. Let's take a closer look at it, folks. Little taste time.
He says, I will try a bit.
I'll try the mince, I won't try the potato.
Take it out of there.
Come on now, I'll have a little bit of that
Not
there,
my
Sharon.
dinner.
Let's have a look. Now, again, basic one. This is a real basic one, Shao. Let's have a go. Oh.
Taste sensation. You're blowing my mind.
That is home cooking at its best.
Anyway, it's not that bad. It's a posh one. It's got leek in the potatoes and cheese on top.
See, I'd love to taste that. I do love a cheesy mash as well, folks. If you don't like the cheese on top, just leave it out.
Yeah. And you can add parsnips, whatever you want to it.
Yeah, it's more one of those sort of throw stuff in dishes sort of thing, you know? The base is a cottage pie, because you're using beef mince, obviously. But you can put loads of other veg in there as well. You can put, as Sharon said, chopped up parsnip, anything
Swede,
like that.
anything.
Swede, or tins of beans. We love a tin of beans in there normally, but say little Frank's gone off them at the moment. Anyway, there you go. Just one of our winter warmers. Hope you've enjoyed that one, folks. Do give it a go yourself. Nice and simple. You've seen the whole procedure there from start to finish. Minimal ingredients. And the great thing is, no preservatives, no E numbers, no nothing like that.
Let's hope Martin enjoys his sardines as much as I'm going to enjoy that.
3 tins of sardines for my tea. Happy days.
Woo-hoo!
Thanks very much, folks. Don't forget to have a little check of our other videos. Hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed. And also have a little binge watch. I'm going to have a binge sardine fest.
Wow.
Thanks very much. See you in the next video. And until then,
Bye.
bye for now.